Not a lot of jobs around here, huh?
I'll say. I don't know what the people do all day. Used to be a mill, but it's been closed a long time now. Don't know what they do.
Can't get a job without an address anyway. Or a phone.
You can't get an address without an address. You can't get a job without a job. It's all fixed.
I'm Mark Olsen with The Envelope, and it's my distinct pleasure to introduce the star of Wendy and Lucy, Michelle Williams. You know, if I understand the genesis of the film correctly, that Kelly and her co-writer John Leonard came up with an idea. He went away, wrote the short story, and then they wrote the script from the short story. What were those kind of literary ideas? Like, how did they translate? How did you try to translate those to the screen?
Tried so hard because I love books, and so this thing when it first came to me was it was a short story, so it was like a novel, and it was just full of these gorgeous passages that are completely uncapturable on film. But I didn't realize that at the time, and also with the budget that we have, like there's this beautiful passage in the short story where it says like Wendy sees the moon reflected in an ant's eye, like that she's just focusing so hard. I sort of mentioned it to Kelly while we were filming the scene, and she was like, "Impossible! Don't even try. Like I can't film an ant. Like we just don't have those lenses."
Well, that kind of brings up something interesting, that it feels very reductive to have to talk in terms about what the film is about in some sense. But I think that there are almost two opposing things going on. One, it's incredibly simple and direct and just a story of a girl and her dog. And on the other hand, it is much more perhaps complicated than that. And I think it is saying something about the times that we live in. And I guess I'm wondering for you, what is the film about?
It's changed. You know, when we started making it, I didn't realize that we were making a political film because I was just attached to Wendy, and I just cared about Wendy and why and how Wendy and Lucy. And so it's only... And Kelly didn't really share that stuff with me so much because it didn't pertain to the character that we were working on. And so it's only, you know, when I saw the film for the first time, then it sort of became clear that it was like a topical film and that it was political to the core, but it wasn't. I guess that's maybe why I didn't realize it to begin with, is because it's not heavy-handed.
And now the production itself was quite small. There was not a very big crew, and you were sort of just moving around a little bit. And how did you find that? Do you like that?
It's so nice to work outside of pressure and outside of industry and outside of attention, and to have, you know, our crew was 8 people, and so we moved. We were stealthy, you know. We could go anywhere, do anything, steal shots on trains and buses. And
with the crew being so sort of small and stealthy, you would even pitch in, like you'd move stuff around and help out in that kind of way as well?
You would feel ridiculous not, because it's this 8 of us, and there's a lot of work to do. So, but everybody pitched in everywhere. So. It was, and you know, everybody was working for free. And that means nobody got paid, but everybody got a point. You know, the guy who did the production, you know, the same guy did the production, the props, the lighting, you know, but so he gets a point in the movie. So he didn't get paid up front, but if his hard work pays off, and if he does a really good job, and we all do a really good job, then he gets to see maybe even more from it. So it was kind of made in that spirit.
Mm-hmm.